Hello engineering-based current and future users. In this video, I'm going to show you an integration between the simulation software tools and engineering base. If we consider the whole life cycle of designing a plant, it will start from block diagram, continues to PFD. In parallel to PFD, the simulation will be running, and from the PFD we can design the PNID. From the PNID, the controllers will be designed, and in parallel from the PNID, the 3D plant layout will be designed. And from the control design, the basic electrical can be designed. From the basic electrical, detailed electrical can be designed. And in parallel to detailed electrical, DCS configurations and designs can be done. Engineering based in one database and in one software can cover block diagram, PFD, PNID, control design, basic electrical, and detailed electrical. We have integration with DCS design programs like Ovation, PCS7, 800XA. We have integration with 3D plant layout programs like AutoCAD Plant 3D, AutoCAD 3D, SolidWorks, etc. And now I'm going to show you an integration between the engineering base and simulation. Basically, there are three major software tools in the process industry for simulating a plant. We have AspenTech, we have Proto, and we have GPROMS. In this video, I'm going to show you an integration between engineering base and Proto. For this integration, three major points have been covered. First, online communication with simulation engine, then the delta management between engineering base and simulation engine, and finally running simulations remotely and update of designs. It means performing flash calculations, calculating string properties, and solving the flowsheet directly from engineering base. So if we consider the architecture of engineering base, at the bottom we have the SQL server, then application server, and then Explorer, Visio, and .NET. On the Proto side, we have the Proto application at the bottom, then Proto server, and then Proto.com server. So the method of integration is between the Proto.com server and .NET layer of engineering base. So if I open engineering base and then I have a project, demo detailed instrumentation, and when I go to the functions folder, section 2, and my distillation column, I can see that this logic or function is represented in the block diagram. So this is my block diagram. I can navigate to my function. Yeah, this is my function. It is also represented in the PFD. So here you can see that I have different physical devices. I can navigate from PFD to the device, and then from the device I can navigate to the PNID. So you can see that my device is here on the PNID, PFD, and the logic is on the block diagram. Okay, and also the 3D of this logic is inside AutoCAD 3D. You can navigate from the 3D design directly to engineering base. So I can open my device directly from the 3D, or I can navigate to it. Then I have my device. So you can see that from the block diagram, PFD, PNID to the 3D, they're all integrated in one database, and they're all connected to the objects inside that database. Now, in parallel, I have a simulation of my logic distillation column. I will open this simulation. Yeah, you can see that this is my simulation. It has a distillation column, input, output, and it has a tank here. So I can complete this simulation with giving the temperature of the tank, running the simulation, and you can see that the simulation has been running, and I can get all the reports that I want from my simulation. You can see that the temperature of the outstreams are calculated, the temperature of the tank, temperature of the input, and all the information has been calculated. You can get any information or graphs from the simulation software, but simulation software is not our major topic. So I will save it. And here on my logic, I can go to Proto simulation portal. So here is the Proto simulation portal. Here you can see that the function name, the simulation status, this is the name of the simulation. You can select another simulation for this logic inside Engineering Base. These are the objects that are related to this logic. You can see these objects, and these are the objects that are related. If they are connected with the correct link to the simulation, then their status is okay. If they are not, then their status is not linked. So you can simply go here and choose the classes of Proto, and then choose another device and then link them to simulation software. Here we have different options. You can send the data, you can receive the data, you can solve the flowsheet directly, and then you can open the simulation. So what I'm going to do is first open the simulation. And I will remove this 350 degrees Kelvin from the simulation, and then I will save my simulation and close my simulation. So now if I run my simulation, you see I've got an error that in my isothermal flash equipment the temperature is missing. Okay, but when I go to the send data in Engineering Base, I have this temperature inside Engineering Base. So I can send it to the simulation and then run the simulation again. So now you can see that the temperature from Engineering Base have been sent to the simulation, and then now I can run the simulation, and you can see that there is no error because the temperature has been defined inside the simulation from Engineering Base. So what else I can do to work with the simulation? I can receive the data. So for example, I want to receive the data about this line. This line has been calculated from the simulation. You see that in Engineering Base the value is empty, but in the simulation the value has been calculated after I ran the simulation. So what I should do is check this item, and then okay, maybe it would be better that I show you the value inside the PFD. So if I open this chart inside my PFD, and then I go to my Proto simulation portal, I can go to receive data for my product B outlet, also for product A, and for common feed. So I want to update these three lines from simulation to Engineering Base. I will import the data, and you can see the data has been imported into Engineering Base from simulation. This is the status of the data. These are the attributes, the values that have been imported. And I can continue with the design. So you don't need to open Proto at all. You need to create the simulation, and once the simulation has been created, you can communicate with the simulation directly from Engineering Base and send and receive the data which is required to complete the project. Okay, so far it was the case that we already have had all the devices inside Engineering Base. But what if we don't have anything inside Engineering Base and then we want to import completely a simulation file into Engineering Base? So for that reason, I will close this sheet. Then here I will create a new function. Let's call it CL 002, and the type can be planned. Okay, so at the moment you can see that there is no item inside my CL002. Then I go to Proto simulation portal. The first thing is that first I have to choose the simulation file, and then I go to receive data. Then I see this message that no devices have been found, and if I want to import the simulation, I have to press import data. And on the left side you can see that the devices from the simulation have been created and they have been associated to my function. So for example, if I open this one, then I can see that the type is correct and the class and the name is coming from the simulation file. So then I run again my Proto simulation portal, and now I can see that the list of all my devices are here and the link between the simulation and engineering base is okay. So I can continue for sending the data or receiving the data or solving the flowsheet directly from engineering base. Thank you very much.